This is video 30 of 101. This video is about spices. I love adding spices to my food, and just because you're adding spices doesn't mean the food has to be spicy. I love to add spices. It adds so many more complex flavors to all of my dishes. Adding a combination of array of spices can boost your meal from here to way up here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the different kinds of spices, how you can use spices in your daily life, and even the nutritional benefits of spices. There are so many kinds of spices all around the world. I'm going to link some lists of spices down below. Some of my favorite spices, I love to use cumin or chili pepper. I love salt and pepper, just a nice basic salt and pepper for some dishes. Oregano, basil, coriander. I'm half Indian, so I love using Indian curry spices, curry powder. You know, there's so many varieties of spices that are out there. It's awesome to explore because all of them create different combinations with each other. Buying spices in a grocery store, you're gonna be buying either in bulk, which is awesome, so you're gonna be saving some money and just kind of getting them in big scoops there. So the thing with spices, you're going to be buying way more than you need to use at one time. But that's not a bad thing. It just essentially means that you're going to invest in some spices so that you can use them over a longer period of time. And when I say invest, it doesn't mean that they're expensive. Like a pack of spice may be anywhere from $3 to $5. So they're not super expensive. So what I like to do is just buy a couple at a time, and then as you start to use more recipes, you know, buying the ones that are going to be needed for those recipes, and slowly you'll build out and you'll start to have an entire collection, because once you buy a spice, you're going to have that spice for a few months, if not up to a year. Definitely having a good array can be really fun when you're experimenting with foods. You know, you're grabbing stuff out of your pantry just to use up old foods in the fridge. So adding spices can definitely take these meals to the next level. Try to always look for like the fair trade ones, at least. If you can't get the organic, try to get at least the fair trade, because otherwise there's a lot of ethical concerns that can come out from behind that. At least the organic is more about like your health. You know, make sure at the back of the ingredients that there's no kind of preservatives in them or anything. And that they're just the pure spice there. Using spices to cook in a slow cooker is really awesome because that time allows the spices to really seep into the flavors of the foods that you're cooking. And then there are so many nutrients in spices themselves. Like turmeric has cancer fighting properties, and ginger is really great for you. Same with cinnamon. They all have great antiviral properties to them. There's so many varieties of spices out there with such a huge range of properties and capabilities. You know, it's not just for cooking. You can use them in smoothies, you can use them as boosts, you can use them as like doing shots, like a cayenne pepper shot some people will do to like help wake themselves up in the morning. Honestly, spices is just something fun to experiment with. So next time you're at the grocery store, go and pick up 1 or 2 spices. Find a new recipe that uses a new spice that you've never used before. I'm going to link some recipes down below based on the kind of spices that they're using. And just experiment and have fun with it, you know? If it doesn't work out in the end, you know, you can always add some salt and pepper. One note about salt, I always like to use Himalayan pink salt. There are 84 minerals in Himalayan pink salt. It's so much healthier than any of the regular table or sea salt that you're gonna find. Sodium is something that we do need in our bodies. We don't need a ton of sodium, so obviously try not to go crazy. But if you are going to be using salt, I highly recommend Himalayan pink salt. It is so much healthier and it tastes exactly the same. And it's pink, which is so cool. I hope you guys enjoy adding spices to your dishes. So just experiment, find your favorites, stock up on them, create your own blends, add them to wherever you want, get creative with it, and then share everything that you're doing, because I would love to hear it. I know that there are so many unexplored possibilities that are just waiting to be explored, and I can't wait to hear about them.